video I will show you how to fletch your arrows with feathers or veins. So first I would like to show you the different types of fletchings on the arrows. First type is what people call straight fletching. It means basically you take your shaft of the arrow and just put in straight line through the arrow a vein or a feather, exactly straight. The benefit of this is this type of fletching is the fastest one. Arrow will fly faster. But the bad side of this type of fletching is it will go straight without spinning. Because it is straight, nothing will force it to spin. And you want arrows to be spinning when they are shot, because that will keep arrows in the fly straight, and that they won't wobble as much. But of course, if you pinch your string or something, then it will wobble, but still, even with the spinning. But it's still more stable with spinning than without it. So nobody actually recommends straight fletching. Second type of fletching is offset fletching. It is basically you start at the center of the shaft and go a bit to the side. Depending on which feathers you have, left wing or right wing, you will have to set them to left or right. Well, that is important. These are my feathers are left wing, so as you can see I have set them to left. And so this type is they fly a bit slower than the straight arrows, but these are spinning already. And well, these basically are the middle road of the fletchings, because these don't slow down arrow too much, and they still provide the spinning arrows. And last type, the most popular one, is helical twist. You put them exactly as you would put the offset. Start with center and just put them off. But as you may see, they're kind of like twisting. You can't put them without special jig. If you don't have a new jig, helical twist availability, you won't be able to set it on your own. If you can, well, you shouldn't be watching this video. So yeah, and this is most popular one because this type of fletching provides most spinning, and because it spins more, it provides more drag of the wind. So it is the slowest one of the three I showed just now, but it provides the most stability of the arrow. So yeah. Also worth mentioning, I have on these arrows just 3 fletchings, but you can have as many as you want. Like, you may have like 4 or 5 fletching, so it's just how much you want you can put them on. I'm not sure how many fletchings is too much, but I mean the minimum is always 3, so and that's like a traditional thing, 3 to have. Also the fletching themselves, these are 4-inch fletchings. They're the length of them. There's 5-inch, 2.5-inch. Like I'm not sure if there's even smaller than these, than 2.5-inch. But there may be. Like there's a flu. Those are crazy long, like this. They are basically for trick shooting, like you throw something in there and you shoot with them. That's what they are meant for. So the arrows won't fly too far. All right. So let's go to business. Have this arrow. It basically I have already two of the feathers attached, so I need to attach the third one. I will attach just one, but everything for you, if you are trying to fletch complete arrow, it will be same as attaching one. It will be all 3. It will be the same. I'll show you. So what do you need to have now? You will need fletching tape or a glue, whichever is better for you. Fletching jig where to put an arrow. And a knife. This is my fletching knife. I would say you can actually do with a normal knife. Just you need to be more careful because this one has like a small curve, and that helps a lot. There's less probability that I will damage my arrow. But if you are careful, you probably can do without this. So yeah, and of course feathers and your shaft. So let's begin. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. You need some kind of liquid to take off your glue. I recommend acetone or something like that. I use actually nail polish remover. Sorry. Just don't take those with oils or something like that. Just take as concentrated as soon as possible, because if there will be some kind of oils or something in there, you'll have to clean much more the arrow after that, and it'll just be more time consuming and a little more mess for you. So yeah, once you have all that, just I will take for yeah, of course I don't plan to fletch this arrow, but just to show you. So just take your knife and just take off fletching off it. So yeah, that's it. And just clean afterwards all the rubber or with the feathers or the excessive glue. Yeah, so this is what will be left. Okay. I will take actual arrow which I plan to fletch now. Just slowly clean the handle off. Start off thoroughly as possible, because you don't want to have any excess glue in there. But don't press your knife too hard, because you don't want to damage your arrow as well. So I just usually touch it up just to see if there's any glue left. After that, just put on a bit of acetone on it, on your tissue. Okay, this is too much. But you don't want to have there's like too much of acetone, but just plenty to clean it up. And the dry side. Be sure that it is perfectly out of any oil, any glue, or any moisture. So yeah, once it's all cleaned up, take your jig. So yeah. On this jig, I have two settings. First one is on the bottom one. This one you want to keep in the middle. This dial here is for that. Just you want to be exactly on the middle. This is what will be the lower part of your arrow, where the knock is. But upper one, you need to adjust to whatever offset, if you want to make them offset, or it'll be same with helical. You will still need to decide what how much of offset you want to put on that. So you adjust the top side as well. If you don't want that, if you want to have just straight arrows, just leave it on middle, on a 0. Most of the arrow jigs are more or less same, so you don't need to get exactly the same jig as I have. So after that, just put your arrow in. Oh, by the way, yeah, this knob on the back side of it, this is what turns your arrow when you insert it in. Maybe hear the clicking sound. Okay. You usually want to start with cock feather setting and then work your way. So when you have set your arrow in, there's your knock will be actually inside of that, and it will have kind of like a string. No, I wouldn't say it's string. It's just place where your knock will sit tightly. You won't be able to turn it at all. I mean, maybe if you add a lot of strength, maybe. And with the knob, you can turn it. As you can see, it will always come into the right place where it is supposed to be there. So yeah, with every jig there's top how should I say, kind of like shovel maybe, thing where your feather or vein will actually go into. So you just take your feather and put it in. Like so. And you will need to watch out how far or close you want it to be to your knock. See, every jig, I'll call it a shawl, I'm sorry, I don't know the right term for it. It has a kind of, you can see in inches ruler, and it will you should well, the minimum usual fletching space from knock is around an inch. This is actually as you can see, as you may be able to see, I actually set it on a half an inch, because this is, well, this is not the most expensive jig. I got this for like 20 pounds, and this doesn't show exactly right. So when I set it on half here, it actually will be around an inch to the knock. Yeah, and when you actually put it in, I forgot to tell you, you put the narrow end actually on the front to see where the 5 is actually on it, and this actually where the half is, that's actually the back of that. You put this side towards the knock, so it goes like that in. Alright, so the rest is actually quite easy. You just put some glue on or tape. In my case, I'll put on tape. I found the tape is a bit better for these, because well, like, let me show you now. In some cases, if you are not careful, your arrow might, well, it is okay, like it's it won't lose its flying properties, but it is a bit messy. Like, I didn't find actually the way to make it clean and tidy. You will still be able to see some glue marks, maybe not exactly the big marks of the glue, but it's still visible, and well, for me, I didn't want to have that on my arrows. With tape, you basically just this is two-sided tape. You just put that tape inside of the glue and just stick it on. It will hold probably as well. Maybe not as good as glue, but still, well, it will be good enough. It won't fall off by no means. It will be really good for the arrows. So basically, this tape is for fletching. So as you can imagine, it should hold us really well. Okay. Okay. So let's do that now. So we take this tape. And just stick it on. I can't see much. it on as carefully as you can. Very deep, and just cut this off. I got a very sharp knife. So once you have applied this double-sided tape, you need to find and peel off this part, because this is basically double-sided tapes, and you just need to peel off the top side. Now we take our jig and carefully place it in designated spot for these. And just place it firmly there. Hold it maybe for 2 seconds. And you're done. Just open this. And there's your arrow. Now you all have, that's all you have to do is just take out this excessive tape left on both sides, and you're fletched in there. Also, I would suggest adding on the beginning of the arrow, of the feather, a tiny bit of glue, kind of glue ball, if you will, because these feathers, especially feathers, not so much with veins, but with feathers, these guys are sharp, really sharp. Unless you just take off the ends of that with knife or something, and that would spoil the looks of these arrows, of these feathers. You should put some small glue balls in the end of that, so it would just go smoothly when you shoot your arrows. So that's all there is. Not so hard really. But yeah, so once you have done that, you can actually, if you do the next feather, you don't need to do you don't need to remove all that tape right away. You can leave it as it is. Just turn once until you feel the click, and do the same thing again. New feather, tape or glue, whatever, put it in, press, and just turn it again, and the last feather, and that's it. And then you can take it out and take off excessive tape, or you can clean off any excessive glue you might have there if you use glue, and put those, as I advised, blue bubbles on the end. sure what I mean by glue bubbles. Take this glue. And apply small tiny grain on that. Like this. Hope you can see that. This is basically just to take off the sharpness of those feathers. That's it. Thank you for watching.